evening and welcome to the Yard at Frankfort High School this evening. Friday night football matchup here on the ISC Sports Network in cooperation with Hot Dog TV. It is the Frankfort Hot Dogs playing host to the Clinton Prairie Gophers tonight. Both of these teams coming in at 1-0 after Week 1 victories. Tonight's game is a product and a presentation of Eagles number 976. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Frankfort Eagles. They are people helping people. By Day and Genda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And by Mulberry Telecommunications, Mintel Fiber Services offer the best gig in town. Again, it is the Frankfort Hot Dogs, the Clinton Prairie Gophers, a Clinton County matchup tonight here on the ISC Sports Network. Joined by Pete Gasho, I am Sean Walker. As you see the Hot Dogs there entering your screen, getting ready to run through the student tunnel. Both of these teams, just like a year ago, came in at 1-0 after Week 1 victories. And Pete, they're looking for a rematch. It was a high-scoring affair a year ago. Gophers won that one 54-30, but you and I were there for the call.
Oh man, that was a really fun game to sit here and watch. It was great. Yeah, kind of unexpected. Prairie came out and kind of jumped and was able to score that many points, and I'm sure that Frankfort talked about that, and maybe it's written up there somewhere that hey, we don't forget, right? But yeah, both these teams off to a really good start this year, 1-0, and they taking care of business at home, and here they come out on the field there. So, yeah, we should see a pretty good battle here tonight.
As we welcome you into our pregame show brought to us by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. As these two teams had a lot of turnover last year in key positions. We got to see the Gophers last week. They passed the eye test for you and I. They were missing a key contributor last week in Jacob Wilson as he was an undisclosed scratch from their Week 1 game. But they have him back here for week number 2 and look to add him to what was a loaded backfield last week with Seth Whitlock and Braden Jarbo.
Yeah, Seth Whitlock and Braden Jarbo, they took care of business with Whitlock carrying 16 times for 85 yards. He ended up getting 3 TDs out of that thing. And then Jarbo, number 4 for Clinton Prairie, 7 carries for 50 yards last week. So they were able to get the job done pretty well. So we're looking forward to seeing what they can do with Jacob Wilson back in the lineup. That gives them 3 running backs, and they're probably going to need some fresh legs here tonight.
On the other side for the Hot Dogs, a lot of fresh faces, but they return starting quarterback in Doug Wood, and we're going to talk more about Doug here in a minute. But first up, let's talk about some of those new faces, because last week they got a big game out of senior Caleb Boggs out of the backfield, over 100 yards rushing.
Oh, my, 19 carries, 120 yards, and 3 TDs. And, yes, he's got some wheels, man. He can really get going. He had a 41-yard TD run. He had a 13-yard TD run. And not only that, Sean, but he's getting it done on the defense side. 10 tackles last week, 7 solo. That's impressive.
Tonight, it's a hot one. They moved kickoff back 1 hour from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock to try to avoid a little bit of the heat, let it cool off some more. But we're still in the mid-80s. The humidity is ridiculous. A heat index outside today that will definitely melt your face off. So with that, let's get to some of those keys to victory tonight. What do these two teams got to do to be successful, or just what are keys overall,
How
Pete?
about keys overall? Yeah, for Clinton Prairie, last week they struggled a little bit on their special teams, and their They were kind of burned for a touchdown on a kickoff, and then a couple other times where they were just unable to get set up. And so it's going to be interesting to see if they've worked that out this week and get ready for Frankfort. And then for both teams, ball security, it is a hot one out there. You've got a lot of sweat. You need to take care of that ball.
They call it a pigskin for a reason.
That's right, yep, and it's you don't want that thing slipping out. So take care of that ball. And then just overall for both teams, that hydration, keeping some fresh legs out on the field, staying hydrated with that water. I'm sure all the coaches and everyone down there, that's been a concern for everybody. So it's just keeping our players hydrated and keeping some fresh legs out on that field so we can have a good ball game.
Let's talk about our players to watch tonight, brought to us by the world-famous South Fork restaurant. Look who's cooking tonight for Clinton Prairie. Last week it was Caden Davis, the senior. So he's our player to watch tonight. 3 touchdowns last week, Pete. He was fun.
Yes, he was a lot of fun to watch last week. He's an impressive young man, and he is definitely one of the top players there for Clinton Prairie.
Who's cooking for Frankfort? Well, the Hot Dogs tonight is the quarterback, the senior Doug Wood. played through a lot of injuries last year. Suffered some concussion, was in concussion protocol, but he's bounced back, had a great week 1, and look at his numbers on the season last year, over 1,300 yards through the air and 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, he can pass the ball, he can run the ball. Yes, so he's an impressive young man. So we'll look forward to seeing how Doug Wood plays his senior year at QB here for the Frankfort Hot Dogs.
Our officiating crew tonight are brought to us by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com or give them a call at 601-4145 for a free quote. And it is crew chief Rusty Hughes and the rest of his crew there, Mikey Blair, Jarrett Heaston, Joshua Salisbury, and Stephen Van Fossen. They'll be the Zebras for tonight's matchup. As you see them at center field, both teams' captains out there for the ceremonial coin toss. And we'll see who gets the ball first for both of these teams. For Frankfort and Clinton Prairie, they haven't always played. They just kind of rekindled this rivalry over the last few years. And Frankfort took the first 2 meetings before falling to the Gophers last year by a score of 54-30 in what was really a shootout for a long. I mean, both teams were putting up points in that one.
It's going to be interesting to see exactly how these two teams come out and play tonight. They try to establish that run first. I'll tell you what, I look over at that defensive side for the Hot Dogs, and they look big. There's some big boys over on that side. Especially number 89, Keaton Myers, senior. 6'5", 240. I believe he was in there last week. Forced a fumble. I think it was recovered by number 44 for the Hot Dogs.
Yeah, we saw a great defensive and offensive front line for the Gophers a week ago. They really dominated both sides of the line of scrimmage, able to get push on the offensive side, which created gaps in the running game. And then defensively, Levi Osler had 2 sacks last week. I think that matched his entire total from his season before. And look for him to be a menace this year. He's a senior. He's a big boy, and he's strong in the middle.
Yeah, 4 sacks. 4 sacks for Clinton Prairie last week. So, and Osler with 2 of those. Prairie really, they were after the quarterback quite a bit, running some stunts through there and had a lot of pressure on. We saw a couple QBs last week, and they were able to get pressure every time. So that front line there was doing the job.
So Clinton Prairie will have the football first here for the game. So after the kickoff, we'll get you their starting lineups. Back to receive, Caden Davis, Seth Whitlock, Jacob Wilson, the 3 returners back. And for the Hot Dogs, handling the kickoff duties is number 28, Armando Valdez. It'll be Jacob Wilson. Fumbles it here on the return, but able to pick it up, get some blockers out front, and there's that shiftiness they so desperately missed last week from him. He gets it out to the 34-yard line. And let's take a look at the Clinton Prairie starters. Our starting lineups tonight brought to us by Ardente Dental. Healthy Smiles start here. We talked about Jacob Wilson being back, number 34 there in the lineup, but look for Stephen Dunford at quarterback, number 5. He had a great game last week and really took command for these Gophers. Defensively for Frankfort, you see their starters there. Linebacker Caleb Boggs, Garrick Burge in the defensive backfield. Look out for him as well. First play from scrimmage from the 34-yard line goes to Whitlock, and it's going to be a tough run there. Actually, they started at the 35. He'll pick up 1.
Yeah, that was tough skating there for Whitlock. That front line there crashing down. It's going to be really it's going to be a test for these Gophers to run the ball here.
See those Gophers wear those wristbands. They get the play called in from the sideline. You won't see much huddling. Got a 3 wide receiver set, 2 in the backfield behind Dunford. They fake to Whitlock. They give the pitch here, and it's Braden Jarbo who gashed defenses last weekend. Big run out, and he's going to be down to the 41-yard line.
That was a huge run. Great pitch that time by number 5. You've seen breaking outside. Good blocking downfield. And a huge first down for the Gophers.
23 yards on the carry that time for Braden Jarbo. Now, there is a penalty flag on the field. I just caught it. It was right around that down to gain marker. Shot block, so that's going to mark that off.
You could see that. I believe that came in at the end of that play.
And that is going to back the Gophers up quite a bit here. Looks like it's going to be second down and 15, excuse me. Clinton Prairie lucky there that it was a spot foul and came out after he had already gained 10 yards on the play. So it backs him up 5. They pitch. They go back to Jarbo. He comes this side, gets around a defender, finds the edge, and he's going to be marked out of bounds right around that first down marker. We'll see where they give him the spot.
Man, and I am impressed with Jarbo. What a run. You watch him break it to the outside here as he puts a straight arm down. And a good tackle at the end by the Hot Dogs.
17-yard scamper there.
But right now, I'm impressed with the outside running of the Gophers here, able to break it to the outside.
See, both of these teams look pretty evenly matched there in the trenches. You're seeing some big bodies. We'll see if anybody wears down over the course of this game. They give a tough run to Whitlock up the middle, met by quite a few blue jerseys there, but not until he gained 6 or 7 yards.
Ran into that blue wall and was able to cut it, then back outside to gain a few more yards on that one. Nice, hard run by Whitlock.
Whitlock now with 2 carries, 7 yards. Actually, they brought it back now after re-spotting it. Give him 5 yards on the evening. And Gophers look down at the wristbands, get the play call in. Maybe some confusion there. Looked like he relayed it a few times. They give it to Wilson.
Oh, Wilson.
Wilson on an end around, and he's going to get the yard to gain here.
He did. That'll be another first down for the Gophers. On that, good break to the outside.
Valdez coming in with the tackle from behind, but not until Wilson had picked up the 7 yards for the first down.
I'm telling you, I'm impressed with this starting series here for the Gophers, other than the one penalty.
Dunford will come under center this time. Sends Wilson in motion. They go to Whitlock up the gut. Makes a man miss. Dives for that first down mark. They give him forward progress out to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, man, and he's breaking some tackles. And if that's not a shoestring tackle right there, wow.
A 10-yard gain there for Whitlock. First down and 10. So far, the Gophers have kept everything on the ground. And as I say that, they decide to put one up in the air looking for Kai Jacobs, who had a big week last week. Jacobs over 100 yards receiving.
That was a good
105 on the game.
Absolutely. A couple catches there. I mean, he tore them up. But, yeah, that one just, you got to throw it out there to that, to the other side of that receiver there, and that one just kind of floated out there on him. But it's good coverage downfield.
We saw a wrinkle last week where the Gophers on that first drive, their first pass play didn't come from quarterback Stephen Dunford. It came from Caden Davison. It was like a 34-yard completion.
That threw a little trickery right away, didn't he?
It was a good-looking play from Davis to Jacobs. Dunford sends Wilson in motion again. They go right back to Whitlock.
Good tackle.
Little counter to the left, and he'll get down to the 27-yard line with this carry.
Castillo that time on the tackle for the Hot Dogs.
I'll break up a third down situation here. That's something the Gophers did really well last week. They were 6 of 8 on third down conversions. Much tougher test this week with this Frankfort defense, though. Dunford fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, finds some room, falls down around the 20. They're going to actually mark him inside the 20 at the 19, so a first down.
Fake the handoff right up the middle. Another first down for the Gophers here. Right around the 19 now.
That's one way to have a successful season is when you keep that third down conversion rate as high as the Gophers have had it through these first 2 weeks. And for trying to draw the Hot Dogs off the side, did he get them? Yeah, encroachment. So 5-yard penalty against Frankfort. That's going to move the line of scrimmage.
That might have been somebody on the left-hand side there. Trying to get off the ball quick. Just got a little too quick.
So first down and 5 now after the penalty.
And Gophers seem to be in a nice flow right now, Sean, taking her time. Another right up the gut. That one could go.
Push that right towards the goal line, waiting for a signal.
I think he's going to be short just by a yard. Nice run by Whitlock. Took a good hit there at the end. Gophers now sit at a first and goal.
Yeah, first and goal as Whitlock punched that one down, and they have marched their way right down the field here on this first drive.
Right at the one there, you think, hey, let's give it to Whitlock again, reward him for getting you down there. Let's see if they go with him. And they do.
The handoff inside. You're right, it's Whitlock. He's got a touchdown on the board, and the Gophers, with an impressive drive, they go 65 yards for the score. Capped off by that 2-yard run from Seth Whitlock.
Take a look one more time, and again, right there, Whitlock. Nice, easy run right into the end zone for 6. See if Gophers can keep the
Diego Mogel.
Extra point here good.
Missed one extra point last week, but was really not his fault. It was the bad snaps just like that we saw here.
Oh, that's
ball
a fumble.
knocked out. Frankfort falls on it, and that will end the possession. Clinton Prairie out to a 6-0 lead here early on from the yard at Frankfort High School. It's been an entertaining first drive. Let's thank one of our sponsors here tonight. Tonight's game is brought to us by the Frankfort Eagles, serving the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, the Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by the Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. I want to thank all of our sponsors here tonight. Saw with the Frankfort Eagles this week talking about football, Pete, and sponsors and donations and giving. They bought the jerseys for the youth football programs. They have not had tackle football here for a long time. And so now the youngsters, they weren't playing tackle football and getting in pads until they were in 7th grade. Now the 5th and 6th grade have jerseys, and that's something that the Eagles donated. It's very awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you to the Eagles for, what you guys do.
Billy Burge and all of his board. And
can you imagine those young kids pulling out those jerseys for the first time, man? That's got to be exciting. I always loved that when I was little.
From the picture.
That was one of my favorite things, man, when they started handing out the jerseys, get that number.
Lalo Castillo and Garrick Burge back to receive. Speaking of Billy Burge, Garrick Burge is his son as he takes it right there at the sideline. He's able to stay in bounds. He was one of the best kickoff returners in the area and in the state last year for Frankfort.
I thought he almost could have let that go right out of bounds on that one. And he almost ran himself out of bounds just trying to keep it in there. But he's got him good starting position here. So let's see what the Hot Dogs got for the Gophers now.
So they'll start their first possession at the 23-yard line as Frankfort looks to answer that initial drive from the Gophers. Senior quarterback Doug Wood in shotgun. He's got Boggs in the backfield with him. They hand off to Boggs. Boggs runs into that defensive line.
Woo, mercy.
Looked like 52 in there on the tackle for the Gophers. Caleb Kirshner.
Yeah, that was big. 62.
Was it Osler?
I thought that was Osler.
It is Osler.
That's Osler in there.
The 6 looked like a 5 from up here. I need to get my new glasses.
That's all right, man. Yeah, Osler, he's one of the leading tacklers last week for the Gophers, too. He's a big kid.
So second down and 11 is Boggs loses one on that first carry. High snap, then fumbled the snap. Ball's loose, and I think turnover. The Gophers are on it. The Gophers are. Pete, we go back to your keys to victory as number 44 comes out with the fumble recovery.
And that was rough. You know, that Wood's got to go way up there, and he's got to get that ball like that and then bring it down and then try to get it into the gut of your tailback. And, you practice that's one, fluid motion right there. And that time, that snap just way too high and took a lot of time to get it down. And, when you're bringing it down, you start to panic like that a little bit.
So great starting field position on this one. After the turnover, Clinton Prairie with a chance to add. They had such a great drive on that first one, and offense comes right back out after 2 plays. Not even enough time for us to get our Frankfort starting lineups up on the board from the offensive side. We'll try to get that for you on our next possession. We're going to get a timeout here taken by the Gophers. That'll give us an opportunity to thank Day and Ginda Funeral Homes, where they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know that when dealing with a loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Ginda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and be the family you need. For more information about the services Day and Ginda Funeral Homes offer, visit dayandginda.com. I want to thank Pat Day and his entire staff at Day and Ginda Funeral Homes. They've got locations in Frankfort, Mulberry, Rossville, and Flora. Got a service dog named Norm, man.
Old Norm.
Norm's great. Goes everywhere with Pat. Just loves to love on you. This timeout here for the Gophers. Want to talk things over. Obviously a big chance. Coach Slicker realizes that. To put some more points on the board and really put the pressure on this Frankfort Hot Dogs team to respond. It is a hot night here tonight. And I know nobody's feeling sorry for Pete and I, but we are in a press box without air conditioning, so we are in the heat and the elements as well.
Along with everybody else up here. They're all feeling it.
We feel the pain.
But we got our water.
Thankfully we're not in
hydrated.
Pads and helmets. The great shot of the sideline. Coach Slicker just walked out of the shot. You see Shan Sheridan there. That's Joey Mitchell as well on the sideline for the Gophers this year. Now you see the Frankfort sideline in the bottom part of your screen there. Coach Byers rocking the blue visor. So first down and 10 from the 22-yard line. Dunford Sends Jarbo in motion. They go right back to Whitlock.
What a run.
He's got some strong lower extremities as he's able to just keep his legs driving.
Check it out one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on him. He's still got his head lowered, and he's still pushing, trying to get those extra yards. Now 2nd and short.
Already 7 carries for Whitlock in the game. I've got him for 44 yards unofficially. They hand off to him here, and big hit coming up the middle. That's Boggs.
Yeah, number 23, Caleb Boggs. And again, last week he had 7 solo tackles. Add that one to this week. Boom, look at him come through the line. That is quick. He read that well.
Boggs lays the wood and then love the sportsmanship. Extends the hand to lift him up.
He says, get up, get back, or I'm going to hit you again.
Obviously, being this close of a community, these guys know each other outside the football field. Many family members across both teams.
Big mistake. Keaton Myers just got off a little too quick that time.
Second penalty against the Hot Dogs. It's of the 5-yard fashion again.
Look at the size, number 89. Man, that young man.
Yeah, 6'5", and
wow,
got some long arms.
He does too.
Built like a football player.
He looks like a tight end or a linebacker.
5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. They send Jarbo in motion again. Whitlock up the middle, pushing that line. Going to take it down to around the 5. Looks to be about a 5-yard gain. So Whitlock approaches that 50 yards on the evening. What do you think about those new Gopher helmets? It's got the actual Gopher on one side, the Prairie on the other.
I like it.
A little different than in years past.
Sure, yeah. I've never seen it with the Gopher on the
CP
side like
sticker
that.
on the side before.
Yeah. Nice new look.
So 2nd down and goal, basically. So right around the 5-yard line.
Great job by the defense that time. I'm telling you what, this defense has been out there for a while too, man. Fantastic job that time.
That's 2 of the last 3 times Whitlock's touched the ball. They've stood him up right at the line of scrimmage. Coach Slicker's really pushing the ball up the middle here. You got to think maybe setting up some of those quick screen passes or something to the outside where you can use the speed of players like Wilson and Jarbo. We have not seen Caden Davis targeted just yet. He was one of our players to watch tonight.
Oh, nice. Oh, great job by the D.
Man, gap assignment by Lalo Castillo right there. Stayed home, stood him up again.
Look at that. Great job that time by the defense. And I'm telling you what, they have stiffened up here.
Yeah, what a beautiful stand here from Frankfort. These last few plays. They gave a little bit on that 5-yard run from Whitlock a moment ago, but they've had 3 of the last 4 plays have gone for no yards. Castillo, Boggs, that tough front line. Now we get a whistle.
That false start or timeout.
We're going to get a timeout from Frankfort here.
Yep.
Big play headed your way. It's 4th and 5. Let's take a brief timeout with them. Thank some of our sponsors. We'll be right back. First quarter action, 6-0. Clinton Prairie over Frankfort.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Indiana. This message presented by the IHSAA and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Tonight's game brought to us by our friends at FiberHawk. Now available FiberHawk fiber internet, super fast speeds, no more buffering. Perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more information on their offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com. Fast, affordable FiberHawk. 4th and 5. Out of the timeout taken by Frankfort. Coach Byers wanted to make sure his defense was ready to roll and getting lined up properly here now coming out of the timeout. Frankfort looking for a big stand. Dunford back to pass, throwing it up top. Caden Davis cannot come down with it. Incomplete pass. Frankfort with a nice stand. No flags on the field. So a turnover on downs gives the ball back to Frankfort. P, that was impressive.
That was a nice try by the Gophers that time, but good coverage downfield for the Hot Dogs. So they'll take over on downs right here. Struggled getting it going. Let's see if they got something now set up here. We don't see a little bit of Caleb Boggs or somebody.
Yeah, they're going to definitely want to get a push here as they're backed up at their own 5-yard line. Not an ideal place to start, but you'll take it considering you kept the Gophers off the board. It was a bad snap on the last possession that led to a fumble. Wood rolls out to his left, looks downfield, tosses it up, looking for Castillo.
Ooh,
great defense there at the end by Jarbo. Boy, that pass was on target too.
Take a look, nice, well-thrown ball. Castillo had a chance at it, went up. Good coverage. Just a good football play.
I like attacking there on first down. You came out right after the turnover on downs and took a shot down the field. Now I think on second, you got to get positive yards here on second down.
Yeah, absolutely here.
Boggs lost 1 yard on his only carry tonight so far. And they get
that'll help him out a little
Keaton
bit.
Williams to jump.
That'll help him just a little bit.
And while we have the penalty headed your way, let's get that Frankfort offense up on the board here tonight. Talked about Doug Wood and Caleb Boggs. Obviously Keaton Myers and his size, and then your wide receivers of Burge and Fisher. And look at that offensive line there. Tackle Jackson Woods. Defensively for the Clinton Prairie Gophers. Colby Richardson, Levi Osler, Zach Rapp, Caden Davis, Gage Kuzmix. A bunch of names that we've called so far here tonight. Jarbo, Jacobs, and Wilson.
Flipping them to the other side, aren't we?
So it looked like we had the Gophers jump there, and then no, they changed their mind and go against Frankfort here.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch the call.
It's going to back them up. So now you're at second down and 13. They hand off to Boggs.
Ooh, and they are spying on Boggs.
Boggs with no gain there on that carry. Now a third down coming up here for Frankfort. And you're definitely not in an area where you're definitely not in a two-down scenario here. You've got to pick up a chunk yards here to even consider going. Something positive maybe to give you some more room in case you're forced to punt.
Exactly, yeah. Don't want to have to punt from the end zone. Try to get something out there a little bit.
Wood in shotgun. Boggs moves to his left. They fake it to Boggs. Woods looks one way, goes the other.
Ooh, danger.
Makes a little move, makes another man miss. He's going to get out of the end zone
whoa.
before going out of bounds. And then a late hit.
I don't know about that one. Don't get me wrong. It was there. That's pretty. I think early on.
Not vicious, but at the same time, you can't hit him when he's this far out of bounds.
Nope. Yeah, and there it is. And you can tell right there, lowered the head. That's where they're going to get it. You know, if he's got his arm turned and he's falling into him, it's a different story. That was definitely out of bounds, intentional. At first, I didn't think it was, but yeah, those are those mistakes, man. You can't make those mistakes. I mean, you got them backed up right where you want them and nowhere for Woods to go. Had to get out of bounds, and then you give them an opening there. Now we get a free set of downs.
Yeah, 1st and 10 after the penalty, and that's a big one.
I think I'd like to see the Hot Dogs go for it again here, man. Try to catch them here.
2 personal foul penalties tonight against Clinton Prairie. And that one gives Frankfort new life.
2 big ones, yeah.
If you're the Hot Dogs, you really got to take advantage of this.
Pitch out.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, there is a wall there.
That front line defense of the Clinton Prairie Gophers not allowing much of anything for Caleb Boggs tonight. I believe he lost 2 or 3 on this carry.
Oh, the referee went down over there.
Man down, he fixes his
He's
divot.
okay. All right. Yeah, looked like just a something there at least. Knocked him down. Everybody's good, though.
2nd down and 12.
This has been rough running here. I mean, if they haven't really been able to get anything positive just yet.
Some big boys on that front line there of the Clinton Prairie Gophers. A little different than in years past. It's a pretty stout line. We weren't sure last week. We saw them really stuff the run against Frontier.
There's going to be a hold.
That one just behind the intended receiver. No penalty on that play.
You can see this jersey almost coming off on that one.
Frankfort's going to run some substitutions in. Dakota Fisher will check out there, number 12, the junior for Frankfort. Wood gets the play.
Been these long 3rd down for the Hot Dogs, you know, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12.
Got to find a way to get some separation if you're one of the wide receivers out there like Castillo. This is a bunch set. Big look from Frankfort, and Wood didn't like what he saw. Going to take a timeout here, and that'll be the 2nd one of the first half taken by the Hot Dogs. This timeout allows us to thank Healthy Communities of Clinton County, where the coalition is committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities, by decreasing stigma and encouraging policy, system, and environmental changes. The vision of Healthy Communities is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. Taking a look ahead for these 2 teams. Up next for Frankfort, they will host Tri-West right here next week, and we'll have that one for you here on the ISC Sports Network in cooperation with our Hot Dog TV crew. I want to thank our fantastic Hot Dog TV crew here working with us tonight, braving the heat with us. Richard Salee, the radio TV program. Big shout out to Athletic Director Ed Niehaus for allowing our cameras in the facility tonight. I almost said the building.
The yard.
The yard. What is a beautiful night for football other than the heat. It is a good-looking night out here. They had new lights that were installed recently at Frankfort High School. If you see the Hot Dogs get into the end zone, I believe they flash blue. Excited to see that happen.
Okay, we got to see that.
So coming back out of the timeout, Wood dragged down in the backfield by Osler. And he's going to have his 3rd sack
and I tell
of
you
the
what,
season.
Osler is impressive to watch, man. That young man plays low with his head up. He's got a good knack for where the ball is, where it's going.
Drug him down back behind, a loss of 3 yards. So tonight, Frankfort in their first 2 possessions have negative 6 yards so far. There's a 4th down and 12. They're going to punt. Caden Davis standing right around the 50-yard line. Back to return here for the Gophers. Clock running down on our first quarter.
Oh, that's it. Yep.
Valdez falls there on fourth down. It looked like they were going to run a sneak.
Absolutely.
And slips out there. Maybe some moisture on the field. I don't know. Looked like he lost his footing, but he's down inside the 5.
Yeah, absolutely. He's tried to, he's looked like he was going to fake it and just got his legs moving. That grass is slick and just couldn't get any grip on it and went down. And as soon as your knee's down, the play's over.
Pete, tonight, one of your keys to victory was special teams. And really, we were pointing that towards the Clinton Prairie Gophers because last week they struggled in kickoff coverage.
Absolutely.
But so far here tonight, we've seen some struggles on Frankfort's side of the ball during special teams. A tough ask here to send your defense right back out to try to stop again from the 5. And Whitlock on the first carry takes it in from 5 yards out. He's got a touchdown. Clinton Prairie up 12-0 now against Frankfort.
Take a look one more time. Handoff right up the middle. Good blocking right there, man. Number 57 really sealed it off and opened up that gap. And Whitlock just skated right through.
Unofficially, Whitlock with 11 carries, 53 yards, and 2 touchdowns here tonight. Now, speaking of special teams, we did see a botched kick the last time because of a high snap. But this time it's good.
Get through. Boy, that was a line drive.
But I tell you, he's got a pretty strong leg on him.
Yeah.
Diego Mogel, a senior. That might have been good from 40.
13-0 now, Gophers.
9.4 seconds showing on the clock here in the first quarter. And now we'll see if that Gopher special teams learned anything from last week. That first kick was almost out of bounds. You know, hindsight's always 20/20. Burge made the decision to field it, but you can't fault him because he was one of the top kick returners last year.
Yeah.
But now you look at it where, you know, you're struggling a little bit. That one would have brought you out, you know, that 35, 40-yard line for your starting field position.
They got Burge Castillo back there. Both those guys definitely got the potential to get them in some good position here if they can get one and let these guys get set up in front of them.
These teams meeting for the 4th consecutive year. Frankfort leads that series 2-1. This one goes to Burge. Gets his footing. Takes it from around the 10. Got a wall of blockers. Going to be drugged down there, but not until he gets out to about the 35-yard line. So a nice return from the senior Garrick Burge.
Absolutely great return for Burge. Take a look one more time. Gets it right around the 10-yard line. Turns it on. Breaks it a couple tackles right there. And he dives forward, sets them up here. Let's see if the Hot Dogs can get something going, get it back in this playbook. See if they can dial something up here, get some positive yards.
That was Gage Kuzmix. Was able to wrap him up and bring him down. Yeah, the first couple of drives for Frankfort tonight have stalled. They've been tough. No positive yards on any plays just yet. Wood trying to get the call in here from Coach, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout here. As they were a man short on the line.
This is
so
rough.
A great job by Doug Wood as a senior leader there, counting and saying, we're a guy short. We got to take a timeout here, Coach. So 2 seconds left here in the first quarter, and Frankfort's out of timeouts. No more here in the first half.
Yeah, and that is rough. Right in the first quarter, you had to go through all of those. So, and you look at that's a senior for you right there. Yeah. You see the way Wood was in there. Hey, he said you got to have your head on straight here, guys. You got to be thinking, and you got to be ready to go. And that kind of shows right there. That's great senior leadership of that young man. And he needs to do that. He needs to get on their butts a little bit and get them going. So let's see what they got now. See if they can get this thing turned up.
Coach Byers went in and said something and then walked away frustrated. And
I think he
and
let
Doug
his
Wood
quarterback
took
take over.
Yeah.
That's what you want your leader to do.
So 2 seconds left here, final play of the first quarter, barring penalty, I guess. They hand off to Boggs. Boggs gets positive yardage on this carry. It's going to have about 4 yards on the game.
It was a nice, strong run. It was a hard run there for Boggs, but he's able to get out, get some positive yards here, and then it's the end of the first quarter.
That's going to do it for our first quarter tonight. 13-0 right now. Clinton Prairie on top of Frankfort. We'll take a break. When we come back, second quarter action from the yard on ISC.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com.
Are they doing a third
you can
season
see
on that show?
Episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
Welcome back to the yard. Start of the second quarter here. Clinton Prairie up 13-0 at the end of one. Frankfort just saw their first positive play on offense, Pete, something they're going to try to build on here in the second quarter as the teams have now swapped ends. The Gophers had luck going this way in the first quarter. We'll see if this direction pays off for Frankfort.
Yeah, looking at a manageable 2nd and 6 now. See if they can get this rolling. Nice handoff that time. Again, great push up front there. Some more positive yards. Going to be a short third down for the Dogs.
3-yard gain as Jackson Woods got his first carry of the night. The linebacker coming out of the backfield there, wearing double nickels. So 3rd down and 3. See what Frankfort dials up here on 3rd down. Castillo, the lone wide receiver, spread out here. It's another heavy set showing from Frankfort. And that ball was snapped. And it's another turnover.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't think Doug Wood had asked for the football. The center snapped it.
It looked like he was just getting set.
I don't know if we can see that on a replay or not, but, man, I don't think it ever got off the ground really either.
Take a look
right here.
Again. And I think like Wood thought that the Gophers moved. And I think that's why he was standing back up.
So tough sledding early on here for the Frankfort Hot Dogs. Another turnover, another fumble. And Clinton Prairie with great starting field position once again. Dunford fakes it. Now going to roll out to his right. He puts up a floater.
Wow.
And Kai Jacobs is there. Foot race to the end zone, and he's in. Kai Jacobs, 38-yard strike from Dunford to Jacobs.
Wow, and he had to come back. Check this one out again. What a throw on the run. Jacobs able to turn around, come back and get that, and just get in. What a throw, man. That was impressive.
I love the adjustment by Jacobs there, coming back for his quarterback.
Absolutely.
Dunford was flushed out to his right, and really he couldn't get all that he wanted on that one.
Dakota Fisher, he slipped back there. Couldn't get back to his feet. Well, that one never had a chance there by the Gophers.
So both special teams struggling here just a little bit tonight in the snapping game. But Clinton Prairie up 19-0 over Frankfort right now as the Hot Dogs having trouble getting out of their own way. This portion of our broadcast tonight brought to us by Aaron's Flooring, where they offer luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Visit AaronsFlooringLLC.com for more information or call 765-601-4145 for a free quote. Whitlock for the Gophers, number 3 already with 2 touchdowns here tonight. Adding to a nice week from a week ago. We saw him rush for 85 yards. Had 3 touchdowns in that game. Up next for these Clinton Prairie Gophers, they'll go to Clinton Central next week. Face the Bulldogs. Clinton Prairie looking really impressive to start this season. This kick, low squib kick, taken by Burge. Burge had a wedge up the middle, and then there's a flag on the play.
Flag came in at the end of that one.
Big 76 from Clinton Prairie there on the tackle.
Take a look one more time. Boom, he hit that, and he was off to the races. Don't know where the – what a nice tackle, though.
Looks like holding against Frankfort is going to be the call. And it's right at where he got tackled at, so back him up 10 yards from there. What would have been starting right around the 40, looks like the flag's line around the 38. It's going to take him back to the 28-yard line, if that's the call.
Yep, holding.
Yeah, holding against Frankfort. So it'll be 1st and 10, Frankfort's football, and they'll take possession around the 28-yard line.
So again, still, decent starting position here. They were just getting stuff rolling. Let's see if what they can do now. They cleaned up these mistakes a little bit. Get everybody calmed down.
Hot nights like these, Pete, they're not just a wear on your body and the physical part of it. It's the mental aspect of the game as well. It's very easy to lose your focus on a night like tonight where it is just blistering hot. Boggs stood up there trying to get around the right side, and he's going to lose a yard.
Wow. I mean, that is a stout defensive line now.
Boggs with 5 carries tonight for 0 yards. Keep trying to feed the big fella. Had a big night a week ago, 19 carries, 120 yards. He found pay dirt 3 times for Frankfort. Wood was 10 of 18 last week, 118 yards and a touchdown. So far tonight, he's 0 for 2. Frankfort just struggling to get the offense rolling here as we approach the 10-minute mark. They snapped to Wood, and then
I think somebody got off to a quick start there.
That time the center snapped it after everybody took off. So having a struggle getting on the same page here tonight. Another penalty. It's the 4th penalty against Frankfort tonight. That's going to push them back, going the wrong direction here. 2nd down still. This drive started on the 27-yard line, and the ball is back to about the 23 now. They hand off to Boggs, really stacking that offensive line. He'll get back to about the original line of scrimmage here.
It's a good run. Take a look one more time. Another high snap, but he's able to bring it down, get it into Boggs. Good push from behind.
Haynes and others in there on the tackle for Clinton Prairie. You talked about Haynes having a fumble recovery last week. He's got one in this game as well. 2 on the season for Hunter.
There you go. Now another 3rd and long here.
Bad snap again. Wood picks it up, trying to scramble out to his left. Flag comes down in the backfield again, and, man, there are white jerseys everywhere for Clinton Prairie.
There'll be another holding call. And, I mean, I'm telling you, this defense is dialed in. They have the Hot Dogs rattled right now and got them backing up.
To be a fly on the wall at halftime.
Ooh.
Because there have been a lot of self-imposed mistakes and penalties here tonight against Frankfort. That was a broken play already, trying to scramble to make something out of it, and then you get a holding call that takes another 10 yards off.
And I'll push it way back and make another even longer 3rd down now.
5 penalties, 35 yards against Frankfort here in the first half. We still got 9 minutes to go in the second quarter.
About 3rd and 18, 19.
Wood takes a look at the defense. Good snap this time. He's going to look to throw deep.
Nice. What a play.
He's got Burge. Burge out across the 45 into the 43-yard line.
How about that one?
Strike.
What a pass, too. Great pass. Got his receiver right in motion. Carried him another 10 yards after that. What a play.
38-yard reception there. From Wood to Burge. Frankfort in business, and that's what it takes right there. You need one play to get going, get that motivation.
That might be just a play right there that the Hot Dogs needed.
Steal some of that momentum.
Get down here and get something on the board and get back in this game.
First time they've targeted Burge here tonight, and he goes for 38. Senior to senior hook up there from Wood to Burge. They go back to the handoff here to Boggs.
There you go. Now they're dialing it in.
His first down run will gain him 6 yards.
Good, 5 or 6 yards that time. Good hard run. Woo, boy, you got to get that ball tucked in there tight. That one was a little high. And again, I think it's this exchange between the center and the quarterback right now. I think there's no rhythm to it. I'd have no idea if he's the original center for him. It just doesn't feel very smooth right now.
Their starting senior from a year ago graduated. He's at Franklin now, playing college football.
There we go.
Keats Pippinger. He's the one that had the pancakes on the poster down there last year.
That was my favorite poster ever.
They hand off to Boggs, and he's going to lose one here.
Probably still has that thing hanging in his room. Good push up front by the Gopher defense that time, and look at number 62 in there again. Man, he's a beast.
Osler and Haynes. You know, Haynes is a name that he's been all over the field tonight at linebacker for them, and this front line's doing a good job of standing him up, and Haynes is coming in to clean up with that extra help for the tackle. 2 wide receivers spread out. Dakota Fisher, Garrick Burge up top. Big 3rd down and 7, and a low snap again.
Throw it away.
Yeah, and Wood just has to kind of get rid of it, but you got to be careful in high school football because they can hit you with grounding. No penalty on the play, so they deemed somebody was in the area.
And he looked like he had a couple receivers right down there. Yeah, number 15, I think, was down there, and 12 within the area. But I tell you what, you got to pick them up off the ground by the time you get down there and pick it up. There's already 2 guys on you.
Fourth down and 7. A big play here from Frankfort. So we'd love to keep their drive alive. If nothing else, just get some more clock run here. And obviously you want to get down and score and put some points on the board to cut into this deficit. But You also don't want to give the ball right back to Clinton Prairie here, as they've been successful on 3 drives so far tonight. Look like some rearranging, maybe some confusion on the play call here.
Looks like he's got them lined up. And we get a
timeout, Clinton
Gophers.
Prairie.
Yeah, I think Gophers didn't like it.
Boy, I think that bailed Frankfort out, because that snap did not look on time either right there. So a timeout taken by Clinton Prairie. That allows us to thank Mulberry Telecommunications, where they want to be the first to welcome you to the fiberhood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offer super fast, reliable internet with gigabit speeds, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at mintel.net. That's MINTEL.net, or call 765-296-2885 for more information. Nearly have the building complete over in Flora. Bringhurst, Cutler, that whole area will have fiber optics available to them very, very soon. Getting close there. The town of Jefferson, Clinton Prairie faithful. You got family there watching tonight.
Absolutely.
You now have fiber available to you from Mulberry Telecommunications. We did our first installs there this week. Good look inside that huddle from the Clinton Prairie Gophers. And, well, I'll tell you, these guys look tired. They look hot. They look tired.
A lot of water being dumped down some backs there, on some heads. Got to keep them cool.
Official's going to allow probably a little extra time on some of these timeouts here tonight, too, to obviously get hydrated, get a break in. And
not only that, but the officials probably need a little break themselves.
Yeah, for sure. You know, when they're bringing water out to the players, make sure you stop and hit the zebras as well. Yeah, still 76 degrees here at almost 9 p.m. We're an hour in, and, I mean, we were at 84, 83 around kickoff. So it's cooled ever so slightly, but it is a hot and humid 77 degrees. Out of the timeout. Frankfort on a big 4th down play here. Let's see what they dialed up. Wood gets him set. It's a good snap. The throw.
Oh, man.
He was looking for Burge, and that throw behind him. Turnover on downs here gives the ball back to the Gophers. I can't tell if on that play there, if Wood threw it behind him and just missed him on the slant, or if he thought he was breaking the other way. Either way, unable to hook up after they had that big 38-yard completion earlier in the drive.
Yeah, and you see what Wood can do if you give him a little time, you get the ball right to him. You know, he's got a fairly accurate arm.
So the Gophers will take over with 6:23 before the half at the 39-yard line.
Now this defense has been pretty good for the Frankfort Hot Dogs here in this second quarter and the end of the first quarter all the way down to second quarter. Let's see if they can step it up here and just hold these Gophers to 19 points here in this first half.
Yeah, you want to get out as much any more unscathed than you can right here.
Absolutely. Man, they've been out there a long time. Ooh, boy.
They give that one to Wilson. He makes a nice cutback after picking it up. He's got more than the 10.
He drug down.
We finally drug out of bounds, and that is a big run from Wilson.
Take another look here. Got number 11 out there. Nice job. A little block there. Good block downfield, number 35.
23-yard
carry.
Good
wall
for Wilson.
there. Let Wilson kind of get a few more out of that one. Again, everything downfield. Really not just getting in the way, you know. As long as you're down there getting in the way, you're giving him a lot of room out there, letting him make his moves.
Yeah, we talked about thunder and lightning a few years ago for these Clinton Prairie Gophers in their backfield, and they've really got that again. You got Jarbo right here, number 4. Wilson.
That is one good tackle right there. Nice job, number 3. Nice job. That is an open field tackle. Hold his feet. Nice job. Didn't let the stiff arm come. Breaks him down at the feet.
Two carries, 22 yards for Braden Jarbo tonight. But to finish that thought, That's the lightning side of it. You got Jarbo and Wilson that you're lightning, and then you hit that thunder with Whitlock where he's your power guy up the middle. I was talking to somebody after seeing these guys week one, and again, and I'm not trying to diminish Frontier in their program, but it's tough. It's tough to get an eye test. Obviously, they're in a phase of trying to build something over there.
Nice.
Another carry here from Jarbo, and he's gone off to the races. In for the score, 33-yard touchdown run.
Nice finishing speed there. Number 4, check this one out. Fake the pitch, boom. The handoff right inside. One man to beat. And then it's just turn on the speed.
But I was having a conversation earlier this week, Pete, to finish that thought after that electrifying run. And it was, this may be one of the most complete teams I've seen the Gophers have in quite some time. I feel like they have the right tools to have a really big year this year.
Definitely
it's tough to gauge that early on, but it feels like they've got that.
They got the big beef up front.
This is our first look at Frankfort this year in person, but fret not, we will have a ton of their home football games this year for you on the ISC Sports Network. When we get encroachment here, they're going to move it up even closer, and now the Gophers front line saying, do you want to go for 2, Coach? And that's exactly what the call is going to be. So the penalty, half the distance now, moves up to the goal, and the Gophers are going to try to punch this in from the 2-yard line.
Let's see who they're going to bring in.
You got to think from the 2, they got to go with Whitlock, right?
That's kind of who I was looking to see if Whitlock was going to come in and be the guy, or are they going to?
Is there a reason when you're up 25-0 to try to be cute here? Give it to your power back and roll.
You got both of them back there.
Dunford's going to keep it himself.
How about that, though?
QB sneaker for the 2-point conversion.
Yep, fake this both out. He's like, I'm just going to keep it, duck my head, and just ride the line in.
So the 2-point conversion good, 27-0 now. Clinton Prairie on top of Frankfort. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, more football heading your way on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfort Eagles 976. Serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Welcome back to the yard here at Frankfort High School. Hot Dogs on the wrong side of the scoreboard currently, down 27-0 against county rival Clinton Prairie. These two teams rekindled this football matchup after many years of not playing each other. Frankfort took the first 2 years. Clinton Prairie got their first victory in, eons it felt like, last year over the Hot Dogs. Now commanding lead here in the first half of this one. Burge fields it. Runs into a wall of Gophers, and he'll be chopped down around the 27-yard line. About a 17-yard return here for Burge as he fielded it right around the 10.
That's like a gang tackle there. I can't find one guy. Boom. Everybody's in on it.
How important is it right here for Frankfort to put together a good drive? I mean, it's one thing to go down and get points. You'd love to get some points before the half, but you've got to put together a drive and eat up this next 5 minutes,
That's
right?
exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, try to eat up this clock here the best you can. Try to keep it rolling. Gophers only have one timeout left in this half. We'll see if the Hot Dogs can do that. If they can get a running game going.
Wood going to draw back to pass. Scrambles out to his right. Got some room.
Oh,
loses the football. And let's see if they were able to stay in bounds. If they so, the Gophers did. They came up with it. Another fumble, another turnover. Clinton Prairie. Wow.
You're out there running. You got that ball flopping around out there. Oh, wow. They just come around and swung that arm. Number 3.
Whitlock just punched
smacked
it out.
that right out of there.
Tough sledding tonight. That's really, I have no words. Tough sledding tonight in this first half so far. A lot of fumbles, self-inflicted wounds, penalties, things. They're just kind of all stacking up against Frankfort right now. Need to find a momentum-changing play if you're a hot dog fan.
Here.
What are we going to get?
Going to wave it off.
Yep, he's going to pick it up.
Okay, yep, waved off.
Sideline warning.
Reset, that's what they're doing, yep.
So a sideline warning against Frankfort. First one just a warning. Back to pass is Dunford. He looked for Davis there. It's the first time they've tried to hook up here this evening.
Yeah, that one just a little high. Even Davis, pretty tall kid, too. Just a little bit out of his reach that time. I like the play. I like the look. They haven't put it in the air very much, but up with this lead. Feeling pretty comfortable.
Dunford 1 for 3 tonight, 38 yards and a touchdown. I was on that play to Kai Jacobs we saw just a little bit ago. How about the season that Kai Jacobs is putting together so far? Just a sophomore. He had a big year as a freshman. Over 100 yards receiving last week. Already a touchdown and 38 yards in this one. So Whitlock scampers for a gain of 3.
Yeah, nice job. Another good tackle by Castillo. 44, got the pulling guard, comes out of there. Tries to set the seal there. Allow Whitlock to get through.
Yeah, 3-on-3 there. Castillo able to bring down Whitlock. Last week defensively it was Boggs that led the way for Frankfort. He had 10 tackles in that game. Number 55, Jackson Woods, had a sack. They throw it up to Davis. He tried to go up over the top of Burge, and that was great defense.
I think that was great. Exactly, man. Really good defense. Really good defense. Take a look one more time. Head turned all the way to the back, playing the ball.
You can't play any better than that.
I like
Burge
that.
almost ran the route for him.
Absolutely, yeah. Almost came up with it. Now we'll see what Gopher's going to decide to do here. 4th and 7.
Burge did a lot of that last year in special teams work and then defensively in that defensive backfield for Frankfort. Now this year they put him on the offensive side, and we saw earlier what he can do. They've targeted him that big pass play there.
Oh, slick.
Right through the hands of Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson had a chance at it. Couldn't bring it in. Like the play, another good one.
It's a passing game for neither team really going yet. Both teams have had one big play, but Dunford 1 for 5 so far. Wood 1 for 4.
Gophers now turn it over on downs.
Well, that was 4th down.
Yeah.
Good pickup.
Yep. So now we bring Wood back out. Like you said, now he got to deal with 3 minutes and on the clock now. I mean, you got to do something here.
Got to have short memory right here.
Absolutely.
Generate some amnesia from the first,
Get it across the 50. Get it on the other side. Don't give them anything easy, that's for sure.
You got to forget the first 21 minutes of this game so far. They hand off to Boggs. Boggs trying to find a seam in there.
Good patience.
It's a tough 1-yard run.
Yeah. Just trying to wait for that hole to open up there as he came through. Just couldn't get anything. Love the big old thigh pads in there, man. But you know you're running hard when you're wearing them.
Oh, yeah. Wood stays in that shotgun formation as Frankfort tries to spread it out here a little bit. Looks for Castillo.
Good.
Low throw went
man.
right through his arms and then through the legs, so incomplete.
I'll tell you what, man, I see a lot of sportsmanship out there tonight. A lot of guys helping guys up off the field. They're playing hard on both sides, but, a lot of respect out there being given. It's good to see that out against two, county rivals like this.
Yeah, for sure.
Generally, you get to – they don't, play very nice.
Anytime you show up in heat like this and put on pads, you've won the other person's respect
I think
right
so
away,
too,
right?
yeah. Yeah, I think that's it right there. Yeah, just getting out on the field.
Because I can tell you, I'm in shorts and a T-shirt, and I'm miserable.
Another big third down. Got to do something here.
They give it to Boggs, trying to find room, and Osler just stacked him up.
My goodness.
Boy, if
you watch Osler, man, when he's down there, his hands are right there. His head is up, man. He is just so aware. Watch him stand his player up, use those hands, just throws him off and makes the tackle. Just impressive.
And Keaton Myers is not a little guy.
No.
And that's who he sheds that block right away and then is right in the gap. That's what's making Clinton Prairie's defense so tough tonight is it's not the linebackers per se. I mean, Haynes is coming up, don't get me wrong, but he's getting there second. That front line right there with Osler and some of those others, man, they are standing up the offensive line. Zach Rapp, Keaton Williams has been in. Wood throwing downfield, got a receiver. Burge, had it in his hands. Made a great play to come back and go up for it. Just couldn't haul it in.
It was like 2-on-3 that time. And that young man got some hops. He went right up to try to get it. I love that play.
I tell you, I almost think you keep dialing stuff like that up. That's how you get your way back into this game. Burge nearly came up with that one. Got some Gophers slow to get up there after that defensive play, kind of fixing some pads. And that was fourth down there, wasn't it?
Yes, now be a turnover, another turnover on downs. Yeah, they went for it.
I'm so into this game tonight that I'm missing the down to go at this point in time. 1st and 10 for the Gophers inside the 30.
Yeah, now at the minute 33, they still got a timeout. You can do a lot of stuff right here.
We've seen big play capability out of them over the first 2 weeks. Dunford fakes it, goes up over the top. He's looking for Jacobs. Great defense there. Darren Barkley, number 11 for Frankfort.
Take a look one more time. Oh, about got knocked down in the backfield right there also. Nice job. That ball underthrown, but good job of making it so the receiver couldn't come back and get it.
But I tell you, if he doesn't get a hand on it, though, that's falling right in the hands of Kai Jacobs.
Dunford about had it knocked out of his hands in the backfield.
Notice that on the last few pass plays from Clinton Prairie. They've not had a ton of time. Frankfurt's starting to get some pressure on the quarterback. Hand off to Whitlock.
Nice.
Slips off the first tackle, but two guys there to cause him to lose a yard. Tackle for a loss. Make that 2 yards.
Yep, keep that clock running. That's kind of what Frankfort wants to see right now. Let that clock run out.
Yeah, Clinton Prairie now, after being unsuccessful on those first 2 plays, they got to start to think, too, of, you don't want to give possession back to Frankfort here before the half. They're going to have a big third down play to consider using this final timeout. You got to think they're going to keep it on the ground, right? They give it to Whitlock. Whitlock gets positive yardage on this one. A good run on third down.
Yeah, again, now this will be fourth and short here for them. Still got a timeout.
Gain of 4 or 5 on the play. Now Clinton Prairie will take that timeout here. So it brings up 4th down. $14 carries tonight on the ground for Whitlock. Unofficially, I've got him for 59 yards. He does have those 2 touchdowns. Make sure you stay tuned with us at the half. We'll have some scores for you. We'll have some highlights. We'll get into our Day in Ginda Funeral Home halftime show, and we'll also have those Mintel Fiber Fast halftime highlights. Pete and I will recap. First half action that's been dominated by Clinton Prairie so far. There's still a whole 24 minutes of football to be played. Try to get you some scores off of X, formerly known as Twitter. It just feels weird to say, doesn't it?
It does.
I thought Twitter was just kind of a good name. Had it, you send a tweet. Now what do you send, an X?
I guess so.
As long as you're not sending an X to an
No,
X, right?
yeah.
Don't send an X to an X.
That's
That'll get you in
right.
trouble.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Dunford on 4th down. Take the snap. They're going to put it in the air. Up over the top. Wilson's
Wilson.
there. Touchdown. Clinton Prairie strikes again from 21 yards out.
Right over the middle. Wilson somehow gets away from everybody. Nobody sees him.
And it has been all Clinton Prairie here in the first half as they add it. Now, if you're the Gophers, it looks like they're lining up for the kick, but wouldn't you consider going for 2 here to get the running clock to start the second half? I mean, that'd be a huge gameplay, in my opinion. Would be the right move right here, right? Because 34-0 does not get the clock running to start the second half. Now, if they score again in the third quarter,
Sure.
without Frankfort scoring, it could happen that way.
Woo, how the heck did he even get that down?
High snap, kick no good, and 33-0. We'll stay here with only 20 seconds to go, but I might have to ask Coach Slicker about that, maybe what the decision was.
And of course, maybe that's something that not even crosses the mind, the coach at the time. Get the extra point. And
it's a high school staff. They don't have the analytics guy over there. The
right,
what
yeah.
is the Magic 8 Ball or whatever they got where they shake it? Do we go for 1 or 2 here? And what are our chances? But yeah,
Ask me later.
I think if I was Coach Slicker there, I would have probably gone for 2. Now, granted, I play a lot of Madden football and I don't punt.
You get the running clock and
I Hail Mary on 4th and 30. I'm a gambler a little bit in that regard, but
4th and 30, 4th and 50, it doesn't matter.
we just
I'm
seen
throwing it.
The reason I say that is we've seen it makes it very difficult on a team if they had any hopes of a comeback when the clock is running and you're not stopping it on incomplete passes or different things. The game goes by very quick.
Absolutely.
So Diego Mogel back to kick here for the Gophers. 20 seconds on the clock, A little squib kick. The kick towards Burge. Fielded at the 15. And what we thought might be a concern coming into this week, Pete.
Has not.
Clinton Prairie obviously practiced this week,
Yep.
and they tied up their special teams.
Yeah, a lot better job of staying in their lanes when they're coming down, not letting anybody to the outside, not opening that big hole up in the middle. So nice job by Clinton Prairie this week on special teams.
I mean, last week they gave up a kick return for a touchdown. They had another kick return that went for a touchdown, and the only reason why it was called back was because the Frontier player was called for holding, and he didn't even have to hold.
No.
It was way down the field. I mean, that would have been 14 points the special teams gave up. And I knew. I mean, when they were going against Frankfort, and I knew Burge was the guy back on the return side, I was like, hey, they better button this up. They've done a good job tonight. Credit where credit is due. Starting at the 25-yard line now. About 15 seconds left, and we'll see if Frankfort takes a shot down the field here on first down. They will. They look for Burge. Whitlock and Burge both there, and, man, that was a tough 50-50 ball.
Both of them had a hand on it.
Step in, big throw down the field, and, yeah, look at that. Both players there. We talked about Burge running a great route on defense against Caden Davis in the red zone earlier. That was a great route ran by Seth Whitlock. You got your bell cow back there who's already had 14 carries tonight on the offensive side of things. Pulling double duty there on defense. Got an uncovered receiver there in the slot for Frankfort. Wood running for his life. He's going to have to take this one out of bounds. Probably pick up 2 yards there for Wood.
Leave almost 4 seconds left.
And tough sledding for the senior quarterback tonight. And he throws a pretty good ball, Pete.
He
Some
does.
of those passes are they're good-looking spirals down the field.
He just hasn't had time to set. I mean, he can't set his feet. He's throwing on the run.
Talked about those Gopher helmets earlier. I love the Frankfort unis as well. Those are nice. I love that they put the number on one side. That helps you out.
I like that. Yep, I do.
But they got their back to you. You can't see the jersey, but you can see the side of the helmet. That's perfect.
Good-looking blue collar helmets, too.
I don't remember the exact details, but Frankfort was a recipient of that Peyton Manning thing a few years ago where they got quite a bit of donations for jerseys and equipment. Going through the hands of Burge, and I think maybe the footsteps of Whitlock that time.
Either that or he was trying to make his move before the ball got into his hands. It's going to be 4th down now, and then just
fourth down, and they got 0.8 on the clock, so our clock shows 0 because we don't have the 10th of a second, but they'll have one more final play here before the half.
And Gophers just going to drop 3 guys back, keep everything in front of you.
Yeah, all four of their DBs back. Really kind of a nickel or a dime look here from Clinton Prairie. Wood steps up, sees some space. He's going to try to keep it himself and make something happen. It's a positive play, probably one of the bigger plays for Frankfort this half. Good enough for a first down to end the first half, but the score 33-0. Clinton Prairie on top of Frankfort right now. We'll step aside when we come back. Our halftime show heads your way.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby-o. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome. Upgrade today.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
For the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, you need a managed Wi-Fi service with advanced Blast Wi-Fi. Blast Wi-Fi systems provide ultimate coverage, ultimate performance, and ultimate power all the time. Available from Mulberry Telecommunications, Blast Wi-Fi systems feature the latest Wi-Fi 6 technology and are equipped with unrivaled bandwidth and 4 times more simultaneous connections so you can connect tons of devices throughout your home with no lag and no downtime. Plus, with 24/7 support and remote troubleshooting, you can rest assured that Mulberry Telecommunications is always here to help you should any issues arise. It's the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, and it's a blast. Blast Wi-Fi is now included with Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet packages. Contact Mulberry Telecommunications at 296-2885 today to get started.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
The Command IQ app helps me manage the Wi-Fi in every room of the house however I want. Like this room, where my wife talks to her friends in her book club every week. She's my best friend.
Okay, but time out. Have you seen the abs on the latest Bachelor? My husband used to have abs, but now he just has flabs. I don't know. Now, he says he works out, but I think...
It's not a book club meeting, it's a make fun of me meeting. Well, what happens in book club doesn't always stay in book club. So?
Oh. Darla? Honey, my Wi-Fi is down. That never happens.
Well, that's strange. Well, we'll see if we can get someone to come fix it next month.
Okay, but what am I supposed to do about book club?
I don't know. Maybe read a book? Command IQ, you're my new best friend.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Knighty. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Welcome you back to the yard here at Frankfort High School at the half. Clinton Prairie leads Frankfort 33-0. As a lot of the football games in the area tonight kicked off an hour later. Extreme heat in Indiana this week. Things will start to cool off next week and get into the 70s before getting back up in the upper 90s again for the weekend. The first half tonight, man, you talk about hot. Clinton Prairie, their offense and defense have been on fire these first 2 weeks. They've looked really, really good, Pete.
Yeah, their defense especially, man, have been playing really well. And they're just playing off the hook, Sean. It's unbelievable what they've kind of been able to do here tonight. And right now, Frankfort's kind of shot themselves in the foot with some penalties, some mistakes, and every opportunity Clinton Prairie has with one of those, they've taken advantage of it.
I want to welcome you into the Day and Ginda halftime show, where they are putting families first. I want to thank Day and Ginda Funeral Home for being the sponsor of our halftime show here tonight from Frankfort High School in the yard. And, again, what can you say? I mean, you look down at the first half and what we've seen, and we'll show you some highlights later in our halftime show, but, Seth Whitlock has 2 touchdowns rushing on the ground. Dunford's got 2 through the air. He was able to hit a strike to Kai Jacobs, followed up by one right there before the end of the half, a 21-yard dart to Jacob Wilson. And, man, they've just been explosive. We haven't seen any necessarily of the trick plays, but we've seen a lot of the hit them with the Whitlock runs up the middle, maybe countered to the edge with Wilson and Jarbo, and then started to open things up with the passing game there in the second quarter.
Yeah, they haven't really needed to use those trick plays. They've just been keeping it basic, and doing what they do, taking it one play at a time, and again, taking advantage of the mistakes, taking advantage of the penalties, and the turnovers, and scoring on those opportunities.
Yeah, you talk about it. They've had 4 turnovers tonight, have Frankfort. 2 of those fumbles, 5. 2 of those fumbles, and then 3 turnover on downs for the Hot Dogs tonight, and then 6 penalties for 40 yards in the first half. It's tough to overcome, and I get it. It's definitely hot here tonight, but you turn the ball over and you create some mental mistakes with some penalties, and man, it's tough. And usually when you look at the scoreboard at the end of the game and you go, okay, this team won, show me how they won. If you go right to turnovers and you go to penalties, and it's usually they're on the wrong side of that.
Yeah, definitely.
It has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, we look at our, some of the keys that we went through at the very beginning of this program was, for Clinton Prairie was special teams, and they've showed up here tonight. They've done it really well, and they've been able to cover the football. Frankfort maybe had struggled a little bit more on the special teams. The ball security, we've seen the turnovers, that's happened, and then the other one was just the hydration, and I'm not real sure how much really that's played into it tonight. There hasn't been much cramping or anything like that. We've seen a lot of players going in and going out, so I think everybody's staying fairly hydrated, and referees definitely giving them a little bit more time to get that water in.
We'll take a break in our Day and Ginda Funeral Home halftime show where they're putting family first. And when we come back, we'll get you to some of those Mintel Fiber Fast halftime highlights, and then we'll talk about some of the scores from around the area. You're watching high school football on the ISC Sports Network in cooperation with Hot Dog TV at the half. Clinton Prairie leads Frankfort 33-0.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. That's why Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology and is growing their presence in north central Indiana. Because every community deserves infrastructure and beyond. To learn more, contact us today.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Mulberry Telecommunications is proud to announce the next generation in awesome, Mintel TV. With the Mintel TV streaming app, you aren't confined to just your TV, but you need two things: high-speed fiber internet from Mulberry Telecommunications and a Mintel TV subscription. Available on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV, and more, with features that include Cloud DVR, Restart TV, Look Back options, and Pause Live TV. Mintel TV is definitely the next generation of awesome. Current customers, call 765-296-2885 for your free upgrade. New customers, visit Mintel.net to sign up today.
Welcome back to the Yard here at Frankfort High School tonight. 33-0 your score at the half. Again, our halftime show brought to us tonight by our friends at Day and Ginda Funeral Home, where they are putting family first. As we take a look at our first half highlights brought to us by Mulberry Telecommunications and their fiber fast internet. Pete, a lot of highlights here from Clinton Prairie early on, but it's been Gophers.
We'll take a look right here. See, this one is a big, stout defense. So they come up here again, and Boggs not able to get it going here tonight for the Hot Dogs. This one they pitch out. Here's the cutback. Jacob Wilson, number 34, getting it done. Good blocking downfield. Forced out of bounds on this one. Wilson back in the lineup this week. They fake the handoff here, the pitch out. We'll see him come around here, and that's a great tackle by Castillo. They fake the pitch, the inside handoff, and this one, they'll take it right to the house. Number 4, Jarbo, touchdown for him. We got the kick return here. This is that group tackle. Everybody down there for the Gophers. We talked about that special teams. Well, there you go, closing out on it. Some positive yards here for Wood, but then here comes Whitlock and swings that arm through and knocks that ball out for the turnover, and Gophers able to recover. Whitlock once again takes it. Good stop there. And then the big pass over the top. Good coverage downfield. Nothing there. That's one thing for certain. They haven't been able to get Caden Davis really into this game, but they haven't really needed him. There's Osler, the big guy for the Gophers up front, nose tackle. This one goes over the top. And good coverage downfield for the Hot Dogs.
Yeah, really. For Clinton Prairie, the push up front, both offensively and defensively, has been the difference. They've set that line of scrimmage and really dominated it all night. And
here's the one for Wilson. And they're able to go in. And again, it's just been tough. But when the Hot Dogs have been able to step up and throw and to get this one down the field, that one broken up. We do have a big catch by number 15, Burge, that he made early, where they were able to connect there. And but right now that score sits 33-0, Gophers over the Hot Dogs. And I'm not sure what's being said in the locker room there. I'm not even sure what a bunch of yelling and screaming is going to do for you, right? At this point. So, hopefully these guys got sat down. They talked a little bit about, keeping your head in the game and just getting back into this one. 33-0. I mean, if you can get some stops here, you try to climb your way back into this, make it respectable, or try to get your self back into this thing altogether.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding.
It's gonna be hard.
We talked last week when Frontier found themselves in a very similar situation, and it was at this point you come out and it's one play at a time, one possession at a time, one drive at a time. You try to limit the mistakes. You forget about what the scoreboard says right now, and you play this second half of football like it's 0-0, and you go out there and you try to dominate. And whatever the score ends up being at the end, you try to pride on correcting those mistakes you made in the first half by playing mistake-free football for the next 24 minutes.
Well, there's some plays there that Frontier had to actually, without those mistakes, that puts them back into that game, like creeping in there. And you can get that in the mind of, that the other team, you never know what you'll get.
At the half tonight, around the area, some other scores we were able to find. West Lafayette is leading McCutcheon 9-3. Tri-Central on top of West Dell 26-6. Fountain Central beating a Sagamore Conference rival 22-6 tonight as they're up over Crawfordsville. Harrison and Plainfield, Harrison is up 14-7. Guerin Catholic on top of Central Catholic 13-3. Lafayette Jeff and Michigan City tied at 14 apiece. Mooresville up by 2 playing at Danville tonight. They're up 14-12. Fisher's all over Pike, 33-0. That game on ISC as well as the Mooresville-Danville game. And then Christian Brothers College High School, you heard me say that correctly, it's a prep academy, has traveled, and they're taking on the Greyhounds of Carmel tonight. And Christian Brothers leads that one in the fourth quarter, 34-21. So Carmel didn't push their start time back, so they're a little further along in the broadcast there over on one of our, what would we call that, sister production company?
I guess so, yeah.
Another production here on ISC?
A lot of these teams drop back to that 8 o'clock start time because of the heat and the humidity. And so there is some late starting games going on in the area. So it's kind of spread out all over the place right now with where everybody's at.
That's going to do it for our Day in Ginda Funeral Home halftime show where they put family first. We're going to take one final break. When we come back, third quarter action from the yard at Frankfort High School.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Indiana. This message presented by the IHSAA and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Frankfort High School tonight. Clinton Prairie Gophers, Frankfort Hot Dogs. As we get set for the third quarter, it is 33-0 in favor of the Clinton Prairie Gophers. Sean Walker and Pete Gasho on the broadcast for you here this evening. Want to thank our amazing Hot Dog TV crew for all the hard work they're putting in behind the scenes for us here this evening. Special thank you to Richard Salee and all the students and staff that help make these partnership and productions possible.
It is a warm one.
It warms up. We talked about the temperature at kickoff being still in the mid-80s. It feels like it's starting to finally cool a little out there. Down to 75 right now. It was heat advisory warnings the last few days, and they were telling people to stay hydrated, and you got to be careful with that because a lot of people, when they think stay hydrated, they think water, and it's really electrolytes that you need. Too much water can actually be a problem.
Yeah.
Cause water toxicity.
Some of the, happened you read about it quite a bit this year, and that. So something I had no idea,
Well, be careful how much water you consume in a short period of time.
I know it's not good to drink a lot of milk at one time. I did know water.
It pulls the sodium away from your brain is what it does. And so that can cause problems. And then when it comes back, when the water comes back to the brain, it brings it back with it, and then it causes swelling, and that's where it can be dangerous the opposite direction. So you got to be careful. You can't play around with the heat too much. Third quarter set to get started.
Frankfort got the ball here in the third. They get it back here, so maybe the drawing up something there at the halftime, to get some, good positive yards, some good plays here.
I've got 5 positive offensive plays for the Frankfort Hot Dogs in that first half.
That is tough. Tough skating.
They have basically just as many turnovers and more penalties. And so we'll see if they can get that cleaned up here in the second half. And it's a good test to kind of test and see what this hot dog team is made of here this evening. Down 33-0 to a county rival. What kind of fight do the Dogs have in them here in the second half? Diego Miguel with the kickoff. Burge will let that one go over his head. It's into the end zone. Automatic touchback here in high school football. So Frankfort will start with the first drive of the second half. Be at their own 20-yard line. Let's get a shot of Lalo Castillo coming off the field, number 3 for Frankfort. It was tough sledding for him in the first half. He had a great first week. He had 5 catches for 73 yards and a touchdown last week, and I think they've targeted him once in the first half here at Frankfort that I can remember. They fake to Boggs. They go to Burge. Burge wrapped up right away, but a positive play for Frankfort out of the half.
I like this. Nice little short passes. Let's see if we can loosen them up a little bit here. Let's go. Get those hands warmed up.
Wood now 2 of 9 for 41 yards in the contest. That's Burge's second reception on the night. Frankfort looking to put together a strong drive here to start the second half. Boggs spins off a defender. Spinning a few times. He'll get out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, he may
tough
have
gain of 1.
Yeah, may have got 1 out of it, but it was tough to get it.
Caleb Boggs tonight, I have him for 11 carries, 11 yards. And it's tough because as soon as he touches the ball, there are jerseys on him. And they always tell running backs, try to make the first person miss, right? But it's tough when there's 4 or 5 of them on you from the moment you touch the football.
It's going to be like a 3rd and long 5 now.
Boggs needing a little help from that front line to give him some holes to run through. Line him up on the right side this time. Wood keeps it himself, rolls out to the right. Looking for that first down marker, and it looks like he got enough.
Man, it was close.
Yep,
they're going to give it, though. That was close.
Good 3rd down run there from Doug Wood.
Nice strong run, though. Take a look one more time. Good block right there. Just keeps those wheels going.
Well, they signaled first down, but now there is laundry on the field. Boy, and they're going to get holding against Frankfort. Man, that's a tough play there. So wipe off the first down.
Again, something positive for the hot dogs, and gets negated by the holding penalty.
So your 3rd and 5 goes now to 3rd and 15. 7th penalty on the night for Frankfort. 3rd one of the 10-yard variety. So after that penalty, 3rd and 15. Wood with a pitch to Boggs. Boggs trying to find some room.
Yeah, made the first man miss and able to get out there and get a couple back, but not much. Again, this defense by the Gophers.
Yeah, so 3rd and 13 now. Or 4th and 13, excuse me. And here's going to be the punt. This will be from Armando Valdez, 6-foot junior. Plays tight end, linebacker, and punter.
How about that?
Frankfort realizing they have too many men on the field. Run one off. Clean snap. Kicks away. Wasn't able to get much on it. We'll see if it takes a Frankfort bounce, and it does not. I want to be down at the 39-yard line.
Had a lot of backspin on it. Pretty high, didn't go very far, but a lot of backspin on it. When they hit it, just died.
I wish I could get my pitching wedge to do that sometimes.
Right up on the green, right?
You know,
yeah,
just
a little backspin. Yeah. That's usually when I just drive about 100 mile an hour right over the top of the green into the woods. Just blade it.
Catch too much.
Just blade the heck out of it.
Tell yourself all the time, stay down. And then you stand up right when you get to the ball. Yeah, I've watched Hank Haney's videos, and I bet he could fix everybody's swing except for mine because mine is broken. All right, back to football.
I don't trust it.
If the Gophers are able to score on this possession here, it would start a running clock scenario for the rest of the way.
Here's the pitch.
Whitlock takes it, got room, gets to the outside, but a big gain there on first down.
Take a look one more time. They pitch it out. A lot of room over on that right-hand side.
So a 13-yard gain from Whitlock. Up over 70 yards tonight on the ground. And he has been the bell cow. They gave Jarbo a couple of carries. They've given Wilson a few carries, but, man, it has been Whitlock getting the workload tonight. 15 carries for the senior tailback. Now we get a penalty flag here. This one will look to be against Clinton Prairie. False start, 5 yards will back them up. So first down and 15. Third penalty on the night for the Gophers.
Gophers done a pretty good job taking care of the ball here tonight, staying penalty clean.
Gophers not in a hurry here, taking their time on this first and 15. Can't believe the NFL preseason is wrapping up this weekend, and we're going to have NFL football back very soon.
What a move.
Wilson might be one of those guys that gets drafted on your fantasy football roster with plays like that.
Nice. Some juke moves out there. Take a look here. Nicely, it kind of slows down and speeds up, and jukes it. It's thrown out of bounds there by Boggs.
10.2 yards per carry tonight for Wilson when he's touched it. It's only his fourth carry tonight.
Yeah, I think Gophers done a really good job here tonight, spreading it around between the three of them. I know Whitlock has, like you said, taken most of them here tonight, but they've kept some fresh legs in that backfield.
Handoff there. I did not see who got the ball that time. Dunford kept it himself.
He got the first down.
Yeah, enough for the first down, so they'll give him 5 there.
What they were looking to do is get that first down. Again, Gophers able to score here and push this one in. That would create the running clock scenario.
Dunford going to keep it himself again. Good positive gain, 4 or 5 here as he churns it out.
That was a good one right there. That he faked me out a little bit. I really thought Jacob Wilson had it.
So they give him 3 there. Second down and 7. Gophers very slowly and methodically working this third quarter. We've seen Dunford keep it on the last 2 plays. This time he does hand off. Whitlock bouncing off of tacklers. Wow. The official kind of got in the way on that play. He was trying to do his best to get out of there.
Nice running again by Whitlock. You watch him run the ball here. Just look at those legs. Keep turning, keep turning. They don't stop. They don't stop. They don't stop.
7-yard gain for Whitlock. Has the ball down to the 5-yard line now. So it'll be first and goal or second and goal. Oh, first and goal. You got the first down there, yeah.
Quick hit inside.
It's this one down to the 1. Now second and goal from the 1-yard line.
So now they're trying to reward Whitlock, I think, once again, doing all that hard work. Getting it down there. Boy, it feels like you got to give it to him one more time here. Let him have a chance at it. This time, though,
looked like a fumble. And then Dunford picked it up and still got in.
Gosh, he did.
Boy, scooped it up. It was sitting on the ground there for a minute.
Take a look again. Yep, you see it right there. Oh, he just picks it up and leans across.
It looks like that trick play from the longest yard, but it didn't even mean for it to happen. So Dunford gets the touchdown on the.
Hard to see what happened with the center and the quarterback there. Maybe it hit his thigh and
it looked
he
like
dropped
it got
it
right to his
down,
hand,
or just
but it
dropped
didn't,
it straight down.
So now the Gophers with a 39-0 lead, and we will be into a running clock scenario the rest of the way.
Gophers been struggling here on this after point. Let's see if they can get a successful one here. That one just
never got up in the air.
Yeah, never got up, though. The ball was there. Snap was down.
So now the clock will stop for change of possession. And 39-0 is your score. Hot Dogs just seem a little shell-shocked tonight here.
They do, just not able to get it back going again.
From the onset, Clinton Prairie came out. They put together that first drive. Took it 65 yards down the field and punched it in.
Yeah, one mistake during that drive, and then they were able to, still come, fight through that. Like you said, come away with 6 points.
Frankfort's first possession, they fumbled. Gave the Gophers great field position. Gophers were unable to do anything with it. And then Hot Dogs turned it over with a fumble again.
Yeah, there have been some strange plays, rolling between Wood's legs there. He didn't even know. Again, I think on that play, I swear, Woods thought maybe that somebody had jumped.
Castillo takes this one. See some speed,
fumble
but the ball's
again.
Loose again. And I think Frankfort fell on top of this one. They did. Great job coming back for the football from 25. Evans Machora.
See if we can see how this one. Stillo. He's got it in there. Oh, boom. Man, that's just a hit.
That was Kuzmic that came through that time and knocked it loose. When you look down through this roster for these Gophers tonight, Pete, yes, the seniors are making plays, but you look at Kai Jacobs, he's just a sophomore. We just talked about Gage Kuzmic. He's a freshman.
Yeah.
Braxton Nails, a junior. Hunter Haynes, just a sophomore. Up and down the lineup, guys just making plays. Now a timeout taken here by Clinton Prairie. I don't know if they didn't have enough guys on the field because I'm seeing Wilson coming out late there from the sideline. Maybe just trying to avoid the penalty. This gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors, though, here in the third quarter, which we love to do. For Day and Ginda Funeral Home, they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know that when dealing with the loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Ginda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and be the family that you need. For more information about the services Day and Ginda Funeral Homes offer, please visit dayandginda.com. Again, locations in Frankfort, Mulberry, Rossville, Flora. So brief timeout there stops the action. First and 10 here for Frankfort. Coach Byer's going to have quite a bit to clean up here this next week in practice with these hot dogs. They go back to Boggs. Met in the middle, 3 or 4 Gophers there again. Pick a number.
Yeah, now the other flag comes flying in from the sideline over there. I'm not sure what that was, if it's a holding maybe, or not sure if we can slow it down.
It looked like a block in the back there
maybe
from 28.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, they're going to call it as a holding. Prairie's going to decline the penalty. And clock will continue to run here at Frankfort High School. Coach Slicker in his second year at the helm of the Hot Dogs. He's 6-5, looking for his 7th victory. Coached a couple of years at Crawfordsville before coming over. Got an 8-33 record overall. Assembled a really nice staff there on the sideline, those Gophers. And through the first 2 weeks, Pete, it looks like he's got a team to be reckoned with this season.
Absolutely. Nice play.
Wood to Burge. Nice pickup there on second down. They'll pick up 6.
I like these short pass plays like this. I think they need to go again. Line back up. It's a big tackle by Whitlock. Wow.
Burge has been Doug Wood's favorite target here tonight. That's the 3rd time they've hooked up in the game.
I like these short pass plays, these 3 or 4, 5 yard pass plays. Give a chance for your receiver to do something with it.
It's almost an extension of the running game. When you're struggling to get the running game going, get it out quick.
Yeah, try to back it off there. I mean, as they are just putting pressure and pressure on them.
They send Burge in motion.
Do it again.
They'll stack their wide receivers. Wood rolls to his left, sets his feet.
Nice.
Got a receiver. It's Burge again.
Got to hold on that ball, boys.
Takes it out to the 50.
Tuck that thing away.
A 10-yard gain and a first down.
Like this. Love the cutback right here. Patience with Woods. Got Woods rolling now. No pressure there that time. Able to release it. Nice pass.
First down. Hot Dogs. We haven't been able to say that very many times tonight. Back-to-back plays going to Burge. Got the ball rolling down the field. Stay tuned after the game. We'll name our Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game tonight.
Good block. Go, 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 go.
There's a big run. That's the best run tonight from Boggs. The most space he's had.
Good pull that time.
A 12-yard gain for Boggs. That's his first run of more than 6 yards tonight. Frankfort with another first down. Got a drive rolling here. Wood goes out to Castillo. Castillo makes a man miss, runs into a tackler.
Oh. Boom.
What a good positive completion.
Nice. Love these little pass plays right here. Let your receiver do the work for you. Watch this hit. Boom. Oh.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 3. See if they continue to keep it through the air. Do they have enough time to get one more play off? And they will. Frankfort's final play of the third quarter. Wood rolls left in the air. Just misses Castillo at the end of 3. It's Clinton Prairie 39, Frankfort nothing. Be back with the 4th and final quarter. You're watching high school football on the ISC Sports Network in cooperation with Hot Dog TV.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a 3rd season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Prairie and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
Welcome back to the yard at Frankfort High School. Start of the 4th quarter. Tonight our 4th quarter is brought to us by the Eagles. Serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally, the Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by the Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. So the quarter flopped. We did have a player down there for Clinton Prairie. It just looked like cramps. They got him stretched out while we were at the break.
Yeah, Braxton Nell put a good hit on Doug Wood, but both of them came up a little gimped up, I guess. And but Wood looks like he seems to be okay. Man, it's been a tough night for that young man. A lot of respect for him tonight because he's stayed in there, man. He's in that huddle and he's doing what he can to keep this thing going.
It's easy to be a good teammate when you're winning 39-0.
That's right.
But to see somebody be a good teammate when you're down 39-0, that's kind of what we're seeing here tonight from some of these leaders from Frankfort. We've seen different ones in the huddles as Boggs has got a great run here. Big 3rd down play, and it'll be a big run here for Boggs.
Yeah, it looks like we got some fresh guys out there on defense for the Gophers.
38 yards on the night for Boggs. That's a far cry from his 120 he had a week ago, but man, it's his last 3 runs have been nice. We went from having about 13 yards at the half now to having almost 38 here. Another positive run around the edge. They'll pick up 5 here. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. These Gophers next week travel to Clinton Central. They'll take on the Bulldogs. Our next televised game of the regular season for Clinton Prairie will be that October 6th matchup with Carroll. As Boggs takes this one down inside the 5. He's going to be really close to that goal line.
Man, they mark him just short.
I'm going to give him 12 on that carry. Looks like they got him down around that 1 yard line, 1.5.
Yeah.
You got to give it back to him right here, right? Reward the big guy. I mean, he's been running hard all night long. Hasn't had a lot of space until here recently.
They can take it right up the middle here. I think he's got the power.
Wood keeps it himself, rolls around the edge. He's going to try to get in, and he'll get there. 1 yard touchdown run for Doug Wood.
I think Prairie was ready for that Boggs to come up with that. That's a good play call by the coach.
Frankfort's going to stay here and go for 2. Might as well give yourself an opportunity. So this is a 2-point try now for Frankfort. Wood. Hands off to Castillo, who comes across in motion. He's in the end zone.
He got it, didn't he?
Give him 2 points.
Nice.
Looked like one of the interior linemen from Frankfort. Comes up a little hobbled there with an ankle, though. We'll hope that Landon Faust, the sophomore, is okay. You see him kind of hobbling there.
Yeah. See if he can walk that off there.
Maybe a bit of a stinger. It's always tough on those guys because everybody's falling at your feet right around the line.
Stepping
you get stepped on.
There's nothing like a big cleat like stepping down on you.
So 39-8 now. Frankfort's able to get into the end zone here to start the fourth quarter, add a 2-point conversion. If nothing else, start to build on something heading into next week as we'll be back here at Frankfort. Watch the Hot Dogs take on Tri-West. Some of those tough Sagamore Conference matchups, the conference itself will kind of be dissolving. A handful of teams sticking around, some teams leaving. We're starting to see a lot of conference shifting going on in the state of Indiana.
Yep.
As teams get realigned and look for competitive balance. The NCC, they made some changes as Harrison and McCutcheon were both voted out of the NCC, so they were looking for a new home the last time I checked. They decided to keep Lafayette Jeff in, but one of the reasons they cited, at least in the article, is that one goes off the helmet of a Gopher now into the end zone. So that in high school, due to safety, it's an automatic touchback, and if anything gets into the end zone, brings it out to the 20.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons cited, Pete, was location, right? It was like drive time trying to get there, yet Richmond's still in the NCC, and they're the furthest team away. You had 3 teams in Lafayette. They voted out 2 of the 3. So it just – sometimes you wonder, but that's what the article said. That's all I can go with. That was all the information I was given. Just know things are changing. The Hot Dog will have some new be in a new conference and have some new conference opponents coming soon. The Sagamore's been around as long as I can remember.
Yep.
Clinton Prairie will take over here. Dunford fumbled, but able to pick it up and hand it off.
Oh, good thing Boggs is there.
Hunter Cooper gets his first carry of the game, number 28 for the Gophers, and he turns it into a big game. Look at this run again. Big alley through there, gets good blocking.
Here's what's impressed me. That is fresh legs right there, and look at number 23, who's been out there the whole game, offense and defense both, able to still run that down. Wow.
So Cooper, the sophomore, comes in, gets a 38-yard pickup on his first touch on a fumbled snap. Stiff arm here, tackle over on the sideline. That was number 6 for Clinton Prairie now as Connor Rios comes in. We're starting to see some of those underclassmen come into the game and get some time here in the fourth quarter with a running clock. This portion of our broadcast tonight brought to us by Ardente Dental, where they offer high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Whether you're a brand new patient or have been with them for years, they're here to serve you. Give them a call at 654-7222 or visit them online at ardentedental.com. Ardente Dental, we bring smiles to life. I thank Dr. Jill Snyder and her staff. One thing about a running clock is you got to get those sponsor reads in, Pete. We got to keep the lights on. Lights on and bills paid. Hunter Cooper with another carry here. He'll gain 2. He's got 40 yards and 2 carries. Sophomore getting some action here in the backfield. Gophers taking their time here. They'll work the play clock down. Dunford hands off. Goes right back to Cooper. Falls forward. He'll get 1 yard on this carry. In between plays, we'll get another sponsor in here tonight. Why not? The Coalition of Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities, by decreasing stigma and encouraging policy, system, and environmental changes. The vision of Healthy Communities is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. So we get back to action here. Under 5 minutes to go.
Ooh.
Handoff inside, and Cooper is met right away there.
Yeah, they send everybody.
Alex Trejo, the freshman.
There's a lot of mistakes in that backfield right there. A lot of young guys still learning the game right here, man. You look at Clint Prairie's, the depth of them, though. I mean, there's not a whole lot of juniors on there, but there's quite a few sophomores and freshmen. I mean, so there's a lot of opportunities for this team to grow. These young guys getting in here and playing.
It's only going to bode well for the future. As the Gophers look to build, obviously, throughout this season and into the future, you've got some youth on this team that are making some big waves this year already. I mean, last week, our player of the game, our Eagles Clinton County player of the game, went to Caden Davis, but you could have picked 5 different players from Clinton Prairie, and you'd have been – nobody would have questioned it because Dunford played really well. Whitlock played well. Kai Jacobs had over 100 yards receiving. I mean, we could have thrown that award everywhere. And then defensively, Osler had a couple sacks.
Yep.
Haynes was all over the place. Braxton Nail played well last week. I mean, it was a total team effort. And again, here tonight, I feel kind of the same way. You know, there's not glaring stats necessarily when I look down tonight of what we've kept so far. Is Wood looking for a receiver there. And missing Fisher.
Yeah, number 6 for Clinton Prairie. That was right over his head.
But I feel like tonight the Gophers have been steady in their approach.
Yeah, a team effort.
Handoff inside. 2.5 minutes. We'll get it out close to midfield. As Frankfort's going to fall to 1-1 on the season. We'll look to bounce back next week on our airwaves as they take on Tri-West. That game's slated for a 7 p.m. kickoff. Temperature should allow us to get that in.
I'll bring up 4th down now, 4th and about 3 yards.
Under 2 minutes to look to get this conversion here and at least try to keep the possession through the remainder of the game. Wood rolls out to his left.
Nice fake. He's got the first and more.
Using his feet. Big run from Doug Wood. You got to love the never quit attitude there from the senior quarterback.
Absolutely. Watch the fake here. Just keeps it. Just able to curl around. I mean, now he just uses those legs and that speed. Some good blocking down the field. Get him a few more yards before he's drugged down.
That's a senior quarterback reading that linebacker and that defensive end right there. They both crashed, and he saw it wide open. Pulled the hand off and took off. Wood.
Oh,
drop the hand
down.
off here. It's on the ground, and Wood's got it. Somehow Doug Wood was able to pull that back between his legs and keep possession for Frankfort.
It did look pretty, but, oh, gosh, don't want to see this, though.
Got a little stinger. Got to try to walk that one off. Looked like maybe
a
got
calf
cramp
there. Yep. He's trying to get it out. Get that play call.
And 40 seconds to go. Wood back to throw, looking up top. He's got Burge. Oh, just off the fingertips in the end zone.
Oh, man.
And that could be the final play of the game here, as it's going to take a few to get back to the line of scrimmage. And with the score being where it's at, we have that running clock.
Yeah, Elijah Edwards defending against it, and he got his hand up there, tipped that up. Well done. And that's going to do it.
It's going to do it tonight for
– go ahead.
Our broadcast here from Frankfort High School in the yard. Clinton Prairie tonight 39-8. As they take down their county rivals in Frankfort, Clinton Prairie improves to 2-0 on the season. Tonight, our Eagles player of the game. Clinton County player of the game is going to be Seth Whitlock from the Clinton Prairie Gophers. Want to thank the Eagles for their sponsorship of our Clinton County players of the game for the entire season. And this week, Seth Whitlock wins that honor, number 3 for Clinton Prairie. He's in that crowd somewhere down there. 17 carries tonight unofficially, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. He was nice and steady in the backfield, and you can see him coming through on the line right there. So congratulations to Seth Whitlock.
There he is.
Eagles Clinton County player of the game. Pete, your final thoughts as we wrap things up here from Frankfort High School.
Yeah, there's some tape. They got to go back for the hot dogs. Go back, review that tape, and look at those mistakes and kind of what went wrong here tonight. They'll be able to fix those and get back out there and try to get a victory next week for them. But congratulations to Gophers for getting this victory here tonight on the road. Again, on the road next week, and a really good chance for them to actually go 3-0 at the start. So good chance.
Tonight our game was brought to us by our friends at the Eagles, number 976. They are people helping people. By Day and Genda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By FiberHawk, fiber fast internet. Visit fiberhawk.com. By Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And by Mulberry Telecommunications, Mintel Fiber Services offer the best gig in town. That's going to do it for our coverage tonight from Frankfort High School. Our final score, 39-8 in favor of Clinton Prairie. For Pete Gasho, our entire staff at the ISC Sports Network, Richard Slee, and the students of Hot Dog TV, I'm Sean Walker. We appreciate you tuning in. I hope you'll join us next week. Have a good night, everyone.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Indiana. This message presented by the IHSAA and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administration.